Hi, Jim Hoffman here from the EMS Professional, and I want to do this quick video to kind of give EMS educators and EMS administrators a quick overview on how to clean up your PDFs and to make them a little more presentable, a little more readable for the user, and help while still being able to maintain the integrity of the PDF file that you have. A lot of us will create PDFs from Word documents or PowerPoint documents, but while we're doing that, we don't want the integrity to be changed. We want the user to be able to read it without having a lot of distractions. One thing that I suggest you do is to use the document properties inside the Adobe Acrobat program after you create the PDF and change some of the settings. For instance, this file here that I created is just regular Word document that was created. But if you notice, when it opens up, I'm going to bring this over here, you can see the magnification default for this document was 169%. So how do we change that? Well, what we do is we go to the document properties inside Adobe Acrobat, and I'll show you here real quick how we do that. You just hit File, you go to Document Properties. Now it'll open up a new window with your choices. Now I suggest your initial view, here you have your magnification. Now the user of course can change this if they want. They can make it smaller or bigger, but let it open up in a more of a size that the reader can read without having to change anything. Now for Word documents, I suggest just setting it to 100%. For a PowerPoint document, I suggest 75% because that'll open up the PowerPoint slide pretty much in one window, and they won't have to scroll up and down on their computer to view the entire slide. But for Word documents, we can choose 100%. Now I also suggest where it says Show, you have file name and document title. I suggest to show the document title. What this shows, when we say show, is this little part up here on the document when the reader has the document open. So of course you want something more professional than just some shortcut name that you chose when you created the document. So you want to go ahead and have that done. And lastly, on this screen here, you want to hide the menu bar and you want to hide the toolbars. And what this will do is when you save it, it'll get rid of all of this information here, all this distracting buttons and sizes and arrows that the average reader and the average user will not need to see when they open up your document. So after you're done with this page, this little screen here, hit your description. And this is where you're going to put in some key information regarding the document. Now we may just mention the document title that's going to show on the upper left hand corner. Well, this is the title you want. You don't want the template name. This is the template that I use to create this document. You don't want that. You want something more creative. So you can just type in something much more creative. So I'll just type in cleaning up PDFs. Of course, your author, that's going to be, that could be anything depending upon your computer settings, but you want to put your name in there or your organization's name. And how about the subject? Well, that could be pretty much anything. I'll just type in the EMS Professional for that. Now the last thing you can go ahead and put in keywords. If you're going to go ahead and have this document online to be searchable and whatnot, you can do that. I normally just go ahead and leave that blank. It's not really necessary for your average reader. And the same thing goes for your custom fields. It's not really necessary to put anything there, and the advanced fields as well. It's not really needed when it comes to just basic reading and distributing of PDF files. So once you're done with those two pages, the initial view and the description, go ahead and click OK. Now, of course, as you see, nothing's really changed. Everything is pretty much the same. So what you need to do is to save the document. Now, the saving is fairly easy. You go to File and simply Save. It'll save the document. So let's close this document here. And then what we'll do is now, in order for those settings that we just did to take place, you have to go ahead and reopen that document. So now, as you see, we reopen the document, and you can see how much cleaner it looks. Now it's at a normal size. You can scroll down, of course, but In this case, we only have the one page, so it doesn't really make sense to show you anything additional that's below that except for blank screen. But in this case, you've got your 100% viewing of this. Now imagine if this was a PowerPoint, it would fit nicely on this one computer page here, and you can read your PowerPoint slide with no problem. And as we mentioned, you've got your document title that shows up nice here instead of some silly shortcut name you made. And in addition, all of the distracting text and buttons and arrows are also all gone here. So this makes for a much cleaner viewing for the reader, and it still maintains the integrity of your PDF. So follow these tips and make your PDF much more readable for your viewer, and still maintain your integrity and keep your branding and your work intact. This is Jim Hoffman for the EMS Professional. Stay safe.